Hey, what's up guys? Grant right back here today. I'm in the kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a cooking with me video for you guys. I'm going to be cooking up one of my favorite vegan dishes. And I'm going to show you guys the process in its entirety. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before we begin today's video, if you guys could please hit that subscribe button, it helps me a great deal. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not yet done so, head to Patreon and hit that subscribe button. And if you guys are a fan of OnlyFans, you can find me on there as well. Hit that subscribe button and you have all-inclusive access on all exclusive content from me to you. Get over here in the kitchen and let's get cooking. Okay, you guys, so in the pan we have extra firm tofu, whole, about a half a block of the tofu. And we're going to be sprinkling a little bit of garlic powder on there. I've had it in the pan for a few minutes, so it's getting pretty, it's drying out nicely. I don't like tofu to be too moist. I like it to be on the drier side, so we did that. We're sprinkling a little onion powder on there as well. And we're going to be putting a little bit of ground pepper on there as well. You guys can see I did coat the pan with cooking spray, non-fat cooking spray, but it's been in the pan for a few minutes, so it's sticking a little bit. That's how I like it, though. Like I said, I like my tofu the same way a lot of meat eaters like their meat well done. So we're just going to move that about in the pan for a minute. And what I typically do halfway between cooking the tofu from the beginning to the finish is I coat it with a little more cooking spray right on top of the tofu, actually, just so it doesn't get too burned, because I do like it, you know, a little bit crispy, but I don't like it to the point where it's like, you know, charred too much. So just give it a little bit of that moisture. Okay, and next what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking kale. This is the Good and Gather brand from Target of finely chopped kale. We're just going to add a little bit of kale to the pan. My hands are clean, by the way. I wash my hands a couple hundred times throughout the day, so don't worry for those of my COVID cautious people. Okay, so we got that in the pan. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of olive oil. This is, once again, the Good and Gather brand from Target. I love this brand. It is inexpensive, and it is just as good as the name brand. So we sprinkle about a tablespoon of olive oil over the kale. Maybe a little more. Little tiny bit more. And I use the cap of the olive oil to disperse the quantities, but I'm pretty but I've been making these meals for quite some time, a few years, so I know exactly how much is a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, etc. Once again, we're sprinkling garlic powder and onion powder on the kale, as well as a little bit of black pepper. And we're going to start stirring that a little bit throughout the pan, mixing it in with the tofu. As you guys can see, it's got a nice moist texture to it now. That olive oil obviously really helped in that area. This is a high-protein, low-carb meal that I'm cooking. For those of my keto fans, this is definitely up your alley, and it's vegan, so cruelty-free. It's a win-win for everybody. Okay. So now we got that cooking. We are going to be adding some onions, some chopped onion in there. For those of you who look down on this store I'm about to mention, I'm so sorry, but I love the Dollar Tree, and one of my go-tos when I do shop there is the pepper stir-fry mix, as seen right over here from TJ Farm Select. I do use this in almost every meal that I cook because I do love peppers and onions, and I don't like having to chop them. I'm all about convenience, so this works for me. So we're going to be taking some of the onions. I used most of this package, so it's mostly just onions left. There's only a couple pieces of pepper, but that's fine. I just needed a couple onions. We're going to put the rest back in the freezer. Okay, now that we got them onions in, we're going to be stirring that in with the mixture that we have. And actually what I'm also going to do right over here, I'm also going to do is I'm going to actually take my water bottle over here and put a little bit of water in here just to give it a little bit more of moisture. You guys can hear that searing going on over there. Okay, now we got our mixture going on. We're going to cook it up. See, it's moving freer throughout the pan. A little bit of that water. So water never hurts, just not too much. We don't want kale and tofu soup. Okay. Those onions are cooking down. We got everything else going. Okay, so next what we are going to add, the final ingredient is actually pizza sauce. This is, once again, the Good and Gather brand. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, I am a Target junkie, so almost all of the stuff I do buy is from either Target or Dollar Tree. And I use pizza sauce because it's low carb, but it does have a little more of a flavor than regular tomato sauce. And it really, really works nice with this dish. It almost is like a spaghetti without the pasta, you know what I mean? So I add about half a cup of the pizza sauce to the mixture. And then we just stir it in, as such. And the reason I don't stir it in to begin with is because you need to cook the tofu down and the kale down before you add it. If you add any tomato sauce, any stir-fry sauce, anything, before you actually cook the tofu and the kale down, it becomes a little too watery and it doesn't cook to that really, really crispy sort of texture that I like this dish to finish as. So always add sauce toward the end of the cooking process. And this dish is almost done. I'm just going to cook it for a couple more, maybe a minute more or so, and we're all set. Looks beautiful, as you can see. Everything cooked down nicely. We have that nice dark green color. Our onions are smelling really good. And we're good to go. Super excited. This is lunch today, so should be good. Okay, you guys, this dish is done. We are putting this on the plate. And it is going to be delish. I'm super, super excited about it. Alright, here we go. There we go. Tofu, kale, and onion stir fry from me to you. Look at the steam coming off of that. Oh, delicious. Little bit of a close-up for you guys. Look at the steam coming off of that. So again, the ingredients in this are super firm tofu. We have extra finely chopped kale, chopped onions, garlic powder, onion powder, ground pepper, a little bit of olive oil, fat-free cooking spray, and last but not least, traditional pizza sauce. Voila. Okay guys, our meal is done. Absolutely delicious. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining along to cook with me in the kitchen today. I'm so happy I was able to share this meal with you guys. All of the ingredients, once again, will be listed down below, and I encourage you all to try it for yourself. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all upcoming content coming very soon. If you have not yet done so, once again, find me on Patreon and OnlyFans. You can subscribe and have all-inclusive access on all exclusive content. Love you all. Stay blessed, stay safe, and keep the positivity going. We need all we can get in the world. Check you later. Peace.